The Super Eagles of Nigeria failed to beat the Warriors of Zimbabwe. And it's so serious, I feel sad for Nigeria as a football nation. Because the last time they qualified to the World Cup was in 2018 in Russia. In fact, prior to the Russia 2018, they had qualified to the 2014 World Cup. And then when they won on 16th, in Russia, they went out of the group stage. And in 2022, they could not make it to the World Cup proper or the World Cup finals. And it appears that in 2026 it will be very difficult for them to qualify. Looking at how things are playing in their group, South Africa seems to be running away with that group. So the problem I have with these crop of players, sometimes I question their commitment level when they come to their various countries to represent them in the qualifiers. Because you cannot convince me, you cannot tell me Ademola Lookman is a bad player. If he doesn't play for Atalanta, we see how the team suffers. If Lookman doesn't play for Atalanta, the team suffers. They have got Samuel Chukwueze, Alex Iwobi, Victor Osimhen. You know, they started a game with Stanley Nwabili in post. At right back, it was Ole Aina. Left back, it was Osai Samuel, and they played William Troost Ekong and then Calvin Bassey, Wilfred Ndidi, Alex Iwobi, Simon Moses, Samuel Chukwueze, and then Victor Osimhen. Of course, Ademola Lookman. So look at the setup of the Nigerian team. They couldn't beat Zimbabwe. No disrespect to the Zimbabwe, but Nigeria had a lot of brilliant players on the bench. Victor Boniface was on the bench. And if you have a team that Victor Boniface was on your bench, it tells you how quality you have got in the team. In fact, some few players that did not even represent Dele Bashiru, what's his name? The guy that plays for Nottingham Forest. Tony Awoni, Paul Onuachu, all these players were not included in the call-up of Nigeria. And these players, if they were players of Zimbabwe, they would have made it to the Zimbabwe team. So you can't have all these crop of players and yet you play very bad. And it was a very bad game for Nigeria. Unfortunately for them, it is going to be difficult for them to qualify from the group stage. You can't be in a group stage with South Africa, Rwanda, Benin, Lesotho, and Nigeria is fourth on the table, fourth with 7 points after playing 6 games. And this is serious. And the Nigerian Federation, the coaches and the technical team and the players needs to come to a realization that they will have to bring their A game on board to qualifying the team to the World Cup. It will be very disastrous if Nigeria fail to qualify to the World Cup again.